Hey, it's John Siskovich with some fantastic hat hair, coming to give you a February update for me keeping 250 chickens in my greenhouse over the winter. A lot of good observations lately, and I'd love to share them, so stay tuned. So let's start with a tour of the housing real quick, just to give you an idea of where I'm coming from. So I'm standing in the back of the greenhouse right now. We have the chicken jungle gym where they roost in the evenings. There's our double door for getting in and out. There's the front of the greenhouse where we do have storage. There's their grain. I only have 2 waterers out right now, but they always have 4 during the day, doing afternoon chores right now. We have their feeders suspended from the ceiling. I have lights on them from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. to extend their day. And then I have a double row of nesting boxes on this side and then on the other side. So I've been really happy with the deep bedding system. What we did was put down 3 inches of wood chips and then have been layering mulch hay on top of that. And anytime it gets a little wet, a little dirty, we add in a couple more bales of mulch hay on top of it, and we're building this layer cake, which may add a little bit of heat as it breaks down, but really it's been controlling the moisture really well. Haven't noticed any respiratory disease or anything. Not a lot of dust in here, and it's layering really well. The chickens will turn it. We throw some scratch grains as they like jump on the tripod. Throw some scratch grains, they'll turn the piles around, keeps it aerated and fluffy, and that's been working really well. With being in the greenhouse, the major problem that we're having is that it does get cold enough to freeze things in here, and some of the eggs have been freezing. And when the egg freezes, it cracks, and if you don't get back to it before it warms up in here and it thaws out, that shell will be weakened and will ooze, and the birds will go in and start eating the eggs. And when they eat the eggs, all that egg stuff from the inside, the yolk and the white, get on the other eggs, making them dirty, which takes a lot more time for cleaning. So we lose man hours there. So that can be tough. If you have this many birds, it pays to collect a couple times during the day when you're in freezing temperatures, unless you're running heat or something, which we're not currently doing. Other than that, haven't had a lot of infighting, but I'm really taking stock of how profitable this enterprise is. We have 250 hens. They're laying at between 50 and 60% production, so we're getting around 120 to 135 eggs a day, más o menos. And if you think about what my net margin is per dozen eggs, I'm selling them for $6 a dozen. I'm having a hard time selling them retail, which means I'm moving into wholesale accounts, and that wholesale account has an even lower margin. So if anything takes a little bit longer, or if I have to spend more hours on this, it loses profitability, it loses money so quickly that I'm considering very soon culling half of my flock, so that when I go out in the pasture I'll have a lower number of birds, but I won't be paying for feed and upkeep for so many birds this winter. And even next summer, in the summer when the production is higher, the margins are still pretty bad, so it's just not a worthwhile enterprise on my farm. And until I can get it profitable and have better margins on eggs, even if it's, you know, a little bit better, it doesn't pay for me to have a flock even on this size and scale. It's a tough decision to make. I haven't gone through with all of it yet, excuse me, but that's where I'm headed. So I'll keep you in the loop as I go through and make that decision. But with the Farm Finance Challenge at farmfinancechallenge.com, really taking stock of the profitability of the different enterprises on farm, and with the fact that we do so much, if that enterprise is not pulling its weight, it's got to get cut. We'll sell the birds for meat. They'll go to a good home in someone's stew pot. They're processed humanely in a USDA certified facility, and I know the guys, it'll all happen fine. We'll sell them for meat. The farm will make some money out of the stew hen, but it doesn't pay to keep this scale going all year round. So that's my big hard decision. My hard lesson learned for this month is that definitely in the winter, larger scale eggs, unless you're doing it in a barn, you have more control. It's just not profitable, and I gotta operate at a scale where I'm profitable, because the whole farm, everything's tight and we're doing a lot of maneuvering. If I can get, I'm culling down until I have 120 birds left. If I can get that 120 birds to really pull its weight and be profitable, I'll keep it, and then it's easy enough for me to scale back up, having done it before. We were at 350 hens in the middle of the summer and have gone back to 240. Now we're gonna half again and go down to 120. So more on that as it develops. That's it for today. I would love your comments. I'm working with the Connecticut Poultry Association. Those guys know a lot about chickens and a lot of things that I could change, and they'll be critiquing some of my stuff and fixing some of my mistakes so I can get those margin back up and keep more of my hens. But that's it for now. It's a crazy decision for me. Part of me feels good about it, and part of me feels really terrible. I put a lot of time and energy into making sure that these girls are healthy and happy, and I would hate to have it be a financial decision that I lose half of them, but at the same time, if I don't make that decision, you know, this is dramatic, but I lose the farm. So either lose the chickens or lose the farm, one or the other. So for now, it's going to be lose the chickens. We're at 5 minutes, plus or minus. Probably by the time I edit it, it'll be more. So I'm going to end this video. I'll do a few more videos as I make that decision and what that process is like and marketing the birds. But until next time, a very somber, I'll see you out in the fields.